Hi, everyone. It's Facebook After Dark. Got meteorologist Peyton Langford here. We're just kicking back, chilling in the weather lab. There's a lot going on actually over the next few days. So here's the deal. We're not saying anything set in stone. We're not trying to hype the forecast. We're not trying to, go overboard. It looks like this is also glitchy again. Problems with the camera. But anyways, let's get to it and show you that, first of all, number one, we got a front that's going to be going back and forth, north and south, and north and south. Peyton, you put together the forecast. It's a tricky one.
Oh, definitely quite a headache because the front could be moving at different speeds at different times. So it will be a doozy. So just bear with us.
Yeah. So let's get into it. We're not going to waste much of your time. Plus, we got a place to be tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that at the end of this stream. But let's start off with the satellite and radar. There is the front that moved through yesterday morning, or should I say this morning, last night into this morning. What a lovely day it was Monday, but man, today not nearly as warm as it was yesterday. And the reason for that is that cold air is coming in. Now, here's the deal. Over this week and next week, we've got a battle between the warm air and the cold air. You got warm air to the south, obviously, cold air to the north. Jet stream is basically zonal, almost straight west to east, going from time zone to time zone. This front, you ready for this? This surface map took, how long do you think?
Hour and a half.
It was an hour and a half. Yeah. Because when you animate it, it's really tough to do. Here's some of the things you're going to notice with this surface map. Number one is that there's a lot of fronts on here. But first of all, the front is pushed to the south. But we've got some energy that's moving in for the west, and this is going to start taking this low pressure system and lift it northward. And I've been thinking while I was on the air that I want to add particles to this surface map because this is something that we haven't had. So we need to add some wind particles. Well, guess what? This is going to make it look good. At first, this is going to make it look like a bunch of tadpoles flying around. But we're going to take that off of there. We're going to put streamlines on there. And then we're going to do it with, let's do it with air temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. That one scale.
It's 10 degrees smooth, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Let's see. 10 degrees smooth. There we go. Got it right there. All right. Saving this. Redo. Okay, we're making this graphic live on the Facebook Live. So the front is going to start lifting northward because of the energy coming in from the southwest. And look at this. You can really see the way that the airflow is interacting with this inverted trough. This is called an inverted trough. Typically, a trough of low pressure is south of the low, but in this case, it's north of the low. And you can actually see the way the winds are responding to this. See how they're moving easterly to the right of the trough and then more southerly to the south. That type of, or should I say, northerly winds to the west and then easterly winds to the east. That causes a collision of the air, which is going to create some rising motion. And lo and behold, you are going to have some precipitation. So we'll take this back again on the surface map. There's that inverted trough. Now watch this front start lifting northward. So this front, as it lifts northward tomorrow, will cause the temperatures to climb. And what's the weird thing about it is, like, how fast does this front move through? Will it continue to push north? Or will it stall out because of the cold air to the north? There's all these questions that will alter the forecast. Then, guess what? This front starts returning back to the south. As Edward mentioned, is this the same cold front that comes through multiple times? It is. So the front lifts to the north as a warm front. Thursday afternoon, it drops back to the south as a cold front.
Yep.
And then guess what? After that, it lifts back to the north as a warm front. Thankfully, I didn't have to draw that on there, but we only went off about 48 hours. So that's the story there. Let's show you a zoomed-in view of the rain chances tomorrow. So be ready. Morning commute, think a little bit of light rain coming. In fact, Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler already starting to show some precipitation. And shout out to our viewers in Boonville. If there's anybody watching in Boonville, let me know, because this was a long time coming, but we've got a new camera, Peyton.
Yep, sure do, and it's a beaut.
So this is the new one right here, Boonville High School. And look, you can see that moisture increase.
For the football field for the high school. But the camera's on the elementary school.
Yeah. What did I say? The
High school.
Boonville High School? Oh, yeah. Boonville Elementary School. That's what I meant. Yes. Yeah, I have. 1945 marble tornado. That was the same time as the, hold on, let me think of the name. Oh, now that I don't remember. Hold on. Yeah, we literally can watch football games there. My goodness. Well, this shows you I'm starting to lose my mind. What is the name of that town? Let me see if I can think of it. 1945, there was a tornado east of Beaver Lake. It was pretty strong. I can't remember. I gotta look it up. That's scary. No. Wolf Flock, Walnut Hill, no. Brightwater.
Brightwater.
That was it.
Wasn't it Brightwater?
It was Brightwater. Couldn't remember.
I didn't think of that until I finally saw it.
I know, me either, but it was Brightwater. There was a tornado that went through Brightwater, and it was a pretty strong one. And in fact, I think it might be on. No, I know what you mean. Marble in Madison County. I get it. There was also a tornado on April 26th. No, excuse me, April 21st, 1996. So April 21st, 96, Brandon, was the Fort Smith tornado. And there was a tornado that came through Madison County that night that was a deadly tornado, which a lot of people don't really talk about. I'm ready for summer too, Kenzie, but yeah, that ain't happening. Next week, we've got winter coming. Now, it's not going to last the entire winter. Or it's not going to last the entire week. We warm up, I think, by Friday for the baseball games, potentially.
I hope.
I know. I hope so.
There's always
too.
those cold games.
Yep. All right. So that was the precipitation. We showed you that. I don't know if we went all the way through. Let me go back and do that again. So there's the light rain Wednesday morning, more rain Wednesday evening. Thursday, this front starts dropping south, and watch the wind shift. So there's the rain. Notice how the rain's moving from north to south. That's going to bring precipitation. And then Thursday night, more rain potentially. So we've got some pretty active weather with multiple chances for rain. But what's wild is the temperature is going to be rising throughout the night tonight. And there you got rain chances that pop up. So if we look, we really can't discount rain, but at the same time, it's not a lot of heavy rain. If we look at the rain amounts, future track rain amounts they're pretty measly, a few hundredths of an inch.
Some light sprinkles.
As we get into Wednesday night and Thursday morning, maybe a tenth of an inch, 2/10 of an inch potentially. It's definitely not anything to write home about. But still, some widespread light rain, which is why we've got rain chances. Maybe 30% might be a little low, but there's also a confidence factor in this rain chances, which you were putting that together, and I agree. Confidence is really low. So aerial coverage is good.
Because we saw how today panned out.
Confidence, which didn't pan out. It didn't pan out at all.
Well, some light showers in the area, just south.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the forecast, which, by the way,
Good, I'm hungry.
let's get to the meatloaf and the potatoes.
Yeah, the East Side Grill.
That's what I had, the East Side Grill meatloaf. If you're ever in East Fayetteville, man, East Side Grill, top notch. As Cousin Eddie would say, it's really nice. All right, so let's show you this. It's the jet stream map. We've altered this jet stream to really make it pop. You can see the way the wind streams are moving, but at the same time, you can see how strong the winds are. And there's a pretty strong jet that's going to be in place. And what this does is it divides the warm and the cold air. Now, because there's no major dips in the jet stream, we are seeing that cold air staying bottled up to the north, but it's a battle where we've got these two air masses that are battling back and forth. Now, Saturday, it's going to be warm. I don't see much of a cool down at all. And let me know, comment if you are doing the polar plunge. Give me a shout if you're doing a polar plunge on Saturday. It won't be bad at all. I mean, it's not going to be cold in the morning. What do we have?
The lake will be
like
cold.
upper 50s, lower 60s. Yeah. So here's a look at the jet stream map showing Sunday evening, where we have, you guessed it, more southwesterly flow. Now look at how long this southwesterly flow continues. There's Monday. Here's Tuesday, Wednesday,
Oh no.
Thursday, Friday. I'm telling you.
Oh no.
This,
Southwest
yeah,
flow.
oh no, it's southwest flow. Now, here's the issue with this. We've got southwest flow. That means we got multiple weather systems moving in. At the same time, guess what? We got some cold air coming in. Now, look at the battle between the warm and the cold. So, this is 850 millibar temperatures. If you're wondering, hey, we're not 5,000 feet above the air, above the ground. Why are we looking at temperatures 5,000 feet above the ground? And the answer
Is to get rid of the diurnal heating of the Earth.
That's right. So when you loop and animate a surface map, it looks like it breathes. It like
Yeah,
goes
warms
up,
up, cools down,
warms up, cools down, and you don't really get a feeling for the trend. You can see it somewhat, but you can't see it as well. So if we go back to this, this gets rid of that, as Peyton eloquently said, that daytime heating, that diurnal heating, and it just basically shows you the temperature trends. So we'll put this into motion, and you're going to notice warm, cool, warm, cool. Look at that. And we got a fluctuation. Now, Saturday morning, I'm going to go back just a little bit. It's pretty dang mild. I mean, what are we looking at? Like 60s and 70s?
Yeah.
I mean, that, the EFI too is showing potential record warm.
Right. Yeah.
It's not out of the
I think
question.
you were looking at that. But yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw. I was glancing. I was like, "What is that?" There's a lot of red on there.
Yep.
So the extreme forecast index for the European was showing pretty warm temperatures on Saturday. Now that could also spell thunderstorm potential. I think it's still a ways out, but yeah, no kidding. Miana said, "This is why we're all getting sick." You aren't kidding about that. Doctors hate that comment too. They say, "No, it's not the warm and the cold that causes sickness."
It's not. It's not. I read that somewhere the
beg
other
to
day.
differ.
I read that somewhere the other day, and I was talking with somebody here about it,
Yeah,
where it's not, maybe Dalton, but it's not actually the
the
cold.
cause.
It's not actually the cold.
It's just
They get
people
sick.
being inside. Yeah.
I don't know. Can't remember.
Oh, we do not want the secret of Eastside Grill getting out. Is already
Well, now, then you
Now-
commenting and Dan pulling it up.
Yep,
Now it's really out.
it's out there, baby.
Played yourself.
That's all right. We'll go back here.
We'll build another one. West Side Grill.
I know, no kidding. You always thought it would be a cool idea. After we get to this, I'll tell you my idea of a restaurant that
All right.
I loved as a kid. It was so cool. But anyways, here's the 850 millibar temperatures Saturday night. Guess what? Arctic air coming away like a runaway freight train, man. That sounds like a little choo-choo train, but it's like a there's the Arctic air. It's coming, and that is going to drift south. Now, I don't think it's going to be as cold as what we saw back in mid-January.
No, not Siberian Express.
Nope. However, at the same time, the Siberian Express pushed that cold air all the way south to the Gulf, and guess what? That's where the winter weather system's tracked. This time, we're kind of right in the battle zone. And so now we've got Monday night, we got Tuesday. Look at how that cold air just stays put. Now, here's the problem. Look to the south. At the same time, we got that cold air. You got really warm air. That's a warm nose, folks. You got cold air that's dropping in from low levels of the atmosphere, a warm nose that's a little bit higher up.
Bringing in more moisture, too.
You got moisture that's coming in. We'll show you that in just a bit with that southwesterly flow. And then Friday tries to start warming up. But that cold air, it's going to be a battleground. Will Musgrove, look at that guy flexing, man. We were talking to him. Love that guy. Will was my former neighbor in the neighborhood, and he's one of the guys that we saw at Eastside Grill. So
Oh, really?
good seeing you, Will,
Hey, you told
tonight.
me you ran into a lot of people there.
I know we did. It was like basically a reunion of the neighborhood. It was wild. Like you said, that's the secret. Maybe a shortage of Baja Blast after the next few weeks. And when you're saying Baja Blast, you're talking about the actual drink.
Yeah,
as
because
far as
of the actual Baja.
because there's a lot of Baja Blasts coming in with this system. I'm going to show you here the vorticity map, and it's I mean, there's so much energy. To say that the models are predicting it perfectly is ludicrous, man. So here's a look at the system that's coming in. Look at this. So this is tonight and into tomorrow. There's that fast moving system. Mainly north, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for some
shortwave.
thunderstorms.
It's a shortwave. Models don't handle shortwave.
It is. It is. It surely is a shortwave. And look at where it comes zipping in from.
So it'll flow with a shortwave. I mean, come on.
Yep.
That might bring like thunderstorms to St. Louis area.
Yeah.
That could be severe. Right?
And then, yeah, and they even got a marginal risk tomorrow. I'll show you.
Huh.
To the east of us. Now, everything kind of quiets down. Subtle pieces of energy, but enough where it still might rain. But that's why our chances are pretty low. Then there's some energy moving in. And if you're not accustomed to this and you're watching this Facebook Live, this is called a vorticity map. Vorticity is the amount of spin in the atmosphere. That's a spin of a fluid. And you'll see the scale has weak to strong. So basically, when you get to these whites and blues, you're getting some pretty strong spins. And when you get to this, it's kind of weaker spins. When you get way down here, it's barely any spin, but enough where it could still cause precipitation. Now watch this. Sunday, cold air is arriving. Lots of energy coming in from, you guessed it, Baja, Mexico, Baja, California. Then that system starts ripping east. Man, that went way too fast. Look at all of that energy. That is way too much energy. And then there's the system moving through. And then watch this. We're not done. We've got another system, more Baja Blast. Look at that coming from El Paso. More southwest flow, more energy. And that's not good. So how does that translate to the forecast? Well, we'll show you here. We'll start off with the European, because we already showed you the high resolution model. So if we go to the European, you're going to see some rain that pops up tomorrow. Makes sense. Fronts lifting northward, isentropic lift. We've got rain that's coming in. Look at the winds returning back to the south. They pick up tomorrow too. And then look at the wind shift again as that starts dropping down. I love streamlines.
Oh yeah,
they're so cool.
Helps
My
tell the
favorite
story.
thing. Then, as we go back into Friday, watch the southerly winds return again. So now that front stalls out, but it lifts northward rapidly. Look at that. Saturday afternoon, I would not be surprised to see thunderstorms. Here, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But just east of us, potentially.
Those temperatures will plummet Saturday night.
Now look at this. Saturday evening, after the polar plunge, you've got cold air that drops in, and then you're going to see it lift back to the north slightly. But look at this. That freezing line is too close. And now we're starting to see precipitation. And that precipitation, even though the models show it to the north, it could be pretty heavy. And that's just too close for comfort.
Yeah.
And then we put this into motion, and look, there's some freezing rain in the higher elevations. And even though it doesn't show heavy precip now, we saw the amount of energy. We saw the Baja Blast. And then you'll see here as we go into the rest of our evening on Tuesday night, that system moves out. But guess what? There's another system that's coming in. Here's Wednesday. Look at how that energy is just north of us. Thursday, more cold weather. And remember, it's going to be the battle of those air masses. So if that front positions itself farther to the south, well, it's definitely going to be pretty interesting. Now,
It's true.
yesterday, I posted a snow map that had the Weather Prediction Center, and it was the 8 to 14 day outlook. And people were wondering, slight risk of heavy snow. Makes no sense, right? In meteorology, it does, because slight is actually not basically describing the chance; it's the probability. So, to give you an instance, a slight means a low probability or a very low probability, but the threat is essentially
That heavy snow.
heavy snow. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
low chance of heavy snow.
Now I changed. I don't know if I might be able to find that on Weather Web videos, but I think we closed down Max, didn't we? Oh
Yep.
yeah. That's all right. I might be able to find it here. But anyways, now the Weather Prediction Center, which I think is a little premature, took everything out.
Yeah. Now it's mainly focused in the Northeast.
Because yesterday it was farther southwest and it was actually covering a good portion of our area. I don't think I have that map anymore. However, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to open up Workspace. I'm going to open up Weather Web Videos because I think I might still have it in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the previous one. I don't think that. I think that's a little premature to remove that, and here's why: Baja Blast energy. Now, I'm not saying it might not be snow. This might be a wintry mix. In fact, I have a pretty good feeling this will be a very tough forecast next week. And I mean, what's your initial thoughts on this, Peyton? I mean, I know this is a ways out. We're not saying exactly what's going to happen, but I think something's brewing.
Rain guaranteed. As we get closer, that's when the confidence may go for winter precip. But you can almost guarantee rain next week, a few times throughout the week. But it all depends on where that cold air does it punch south enough to where it turns frozen. So we'll be watching. It will be a difficult forecast, and that's just the nature of Northwest Arkansas and winter setups. That freezing line always is very, very close. We could end up a few hundred miles north or south and completely change the entire forecast.
Stand by.
All right.
Move that.
Oh,
Yeah, gotta do something real quick. We still got so much stuff to do in the background here. You can be answering some comments here while I'm knocking this out real fast.
yeah. When's your mixtape dropping?
Mixtape coming soon.
Coming
MC
soon.
Cumulus
MC Cumulus.
dropping some beats,
All right.
dropping some tracks. Ask the 8 Ball. We'll give the 8 Ball a run. A little too premature for that. 8 Ball is just going to be like ask again later. Just taunt us. People love the 8 Ball though.
Yeah.
But that's the truth, man. Edwards got it. Warm and cold air masses makes you worry about severe weather. And not only that, we had record warmth yesterday. So typically when you get records, stuff happens this time of the year.
Like on, I think May 25th was almost record breaking.
It was. Yep.
Yeah, I think it did break the record.
Yep. And then next thing you know, bam, May 26th. So here's a look at the Precip. This is the GFS model, by the way. And watch what happens on Sunday. It's got some cold weather and it's got a lot of overrunning precipitation. And then, there it is.
I feel like when you get ice, you get a lot of that overrunning.
You do. And
Like
it makes
ahead of it.
sense. Yeah, because you have southwest flow with a positively tilted trough and you get a lot of lift out ahead of it. So here is a look at.
It's not looking. This is not look. The more I look into this, the more I'm like,
It's not good.
Great.
It's not good. I don't think winter's over by any means. So let me do this. I'm going to zoom in here and show you. So this is the GFS model. And the GFS model shows this precipitation being a lot closer. And so watch this. There's Monday night into Tuesday. See how that freezing line is right through Northwest Arkansas? Yep, you guessed it. Then it gets cold enough as that wraparound happens. Let's see if there's anything else. So it doesn't appear that the GFS has anything else after that. Then it just warms it up too fast, in my opinion. So we'll see on that. That just seems a little overdone.
Brennan, in terms of severe weather, things are not going down. We're talking warm and cold air masses interacting where you have warm southerly moist air, a lot of moisture, and then when it finally hits that cold air mass, all that moisture will freeze. So that's what we're saying, oh no, is like this could possibly bring a good amount of frozen precipitation.
Now there
but again,
could
the confidence is low.
But there could be severe weather east, like at Dixie Alley. Like
right.
Dixie Alley could easily see severe weather. Yeah. I know what you're saying. But like in here, we won't see it because remember, here's a look at the cold air that's dropping south. So the Arctic plunge tries to move in, kind of retreats a little bit, but it does leave that cold weather coming in. And You can see the warmth. There's very warm weather. Look at that. Saturday could definitely be severe to our southeast.
Yeah.
But look at the cold dropping in. This is the surface, by the way. So watch when we put this into motion. See how it kind of breathes? That's that surface map. Let me do this. Let me get rid of all these views and get rid of the Arctic Plunge text and just
Clean it up.
clean this up here. Select all keyframes. Delete. All right, now watch. When I play this, you're going to see it fluctuate. See how it fluctuates? It looks like it's breathing. That's that diurnal temperature trend, which is really hard to see. And that's why we look at 850 millibar temperatures. But that cold isn't going anywhere, man. And that cold continues to drop. And another thing, too, Peyton, you were looking at the teleconnections. And I do want to show this. We got to show this. You could explain what the teleconnections are while we bring this up.
So the teleconnections has to do with the transport of ocean water around specific parts of the United States, or not the United States, the world. And so there's the Arctic Oscillation, the Eastern Pacific Oscillation, Northern Atlantic, Pacific North American, and Western Pacific. Those are the main ones that we look at. But it just kind of tells an overarching pattern change, like big time long range swings
that will drive the jet stream.
Yeah.
And so to show you what we're talking about here, I'm going to share my screen, share my window here. Yeah, we'll just share this one. All right. So this is the European, what's called the ENS ensemble. And this is known as the Arctic Oscillation. When the Arctic Oscillation weakens, it goes negative. That allows cold air to plummet. That's a long time. It's in the negative. And when that happens, well, that starts to weaken the upper level, the mid-latitude spin around the poles, which allows that cold air to drop south. If we look at the EPO, it's negative right now. So that's building up all that cold air that will eventually drop it south. Then we get dramatic warming, and I think by next weekend, I think we do warm again. So this won't be a prolonged cold snap, but then again, Arctic air doesn't really move out as fast. The NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation, that's going way negative.
What about the Pacific North American? Because that'll show what's bottled up and expected to make it here.
Yeah, pretty much negative. Very negative.
I mean, it will likely stay negative most of the time.
Western Pacific isn't going to really help us. But let's go to, that's the European. Let's look at the GFS ensemble. And so look, that goes negative too. In fact, that goes way negative. That's way down there. And then we look at the EPO, and that's also way negative now, which is allowing that cold air to spill south. So these are all long-range forecasts. And look, even the CMC. Folks, winter's not over. Punxsutawney Phil was on the money on this. It's coming. The cold air is definitely on its way. I don't have any doubts about that at all. Stupid question, but can winter storms rotate? You know, I used to think no, but we had a hailstorm back in 2022 that produced supercells in the cold with sleet, and that thunder sleet allowed for rotating supercells. It was unbelievable.
Seen a video. You showed me a video.
Yeah, I showed you the video because that's what I submitted for the Emmy, and I ended up winning because we had
all that stuff.
We had thunder sleet.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what?
Gary Lezak enters the chat.
He did?
No, that's what Denton said.
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly. With the LRC, he goes like 40 plus days out.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry had a great question. He brought this up a couple of times. What's your thoughts about the new law trying to pass in Oklahoma storm chasing? It's needed. There's too many people out there that don't need to be out there. There's a lot of chaser convergence with the interest in meteorology, the interest in social media, the way that hype forecasts get posted, gets shared.
And not to say that media is exempt, because I know the current narrative is like, oh, media will be fine. Oh, great. And then everyone's sharing clips of news storm chasers, just driving reckless and saying, why aren't they encountered in this? I think everybody should have some sort of, I don't want to like too regulated, but there needs to be something done because there is a lot of chaser convergence. I know in the Texas Aggie Storm Chasers, we taught a lot about avoiding storm chaser convergence because it's dangerous. It
Yeah.
can get you killed more than the storm.
This is glitching like crazy, and I don't know why, but it's kind of frustrating. So apologize if it's glitchy video,
Right.
but I agree on the law. We were chasing one time and we couldn't get anywhere because there were so many people. And I know it's like at the same time you want to be out there, you want to see the storms. I get it. So it's kind of tough to regulate.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't need to be out there. And we're not saying we're the most awesome and it's like, oh, I need to be out there, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
But I do know like when chaser convergence is so bad, people are driving the wrong way in the opposite lanes to get around the traffic to see the tornadoes just because getting that video will cause engagement on social media. So they want to get the video so they can post it and they're risking their lives. That's not okay. That's not okay. What's your okay? So this was a question right here. Severe weather forecast in the long term. So El Nino typically doesn't bring as much severe weather as La Nina. La Ninas are very active years. We are still in a La Nina.
Yeah, weak La Nina.
That can
Possibility transferring into a neutral pattern.
yeah.
But I think they said like pretty good confidence will be in a weak La Nina still heading into the first half of spring.
Still pretty darn active.
Which
so.
first half of spring is April.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna show you something here. This is a pretty cool thing that I did. Thunder sleet. Yep, there it is. Oh, this was awesome. This was a wild day. So here's the deal. We're gonna be quiet. We're gonna pop up this video feed, and what this will do is show you essentially this thunder sleet forecast, and we actually predicted it, which is awesome because it's such a rarity to have thunder sleet. But the models were on it. We were onto something, and this was the science behind it. So you'll watch this, and then after it's over, I want you to tell me you thought. So here we go. I'm gonna play this. We're gonna go to make this. Make that full screen. See if I can. Oh boy, because it's not it's not its own tab. There we go. Right, stand by. Remove, present. Oh. Share screen. There we go. All right. So you got to do a Chrome tab, and then you got to include the audio. Now, you let me know if you can hear this. Make that full screen and hit play.
Like spring, but felt like winter. Check this video out here from Jason McGuire. Crank up the sound and wait till you see this. Wow, let's take a look at some other videos that we got. We got a ton of other videos from viewers. Here's Nicole Davis, cloud to ground lightning strikes. Sharik Clark got this video where it's hailing and sleeting at the same time. Look at that. And I was doing Facebook Live as lightning bolts were happening. This is taking a look at Bella Vista. Kirk Lacewell also got some of that thunder. Listen to it. The birds are chirping too at the same time. Now we zoom in and you can actually see the difference between sleet and hail, where hail is a little more opaque and a little larger. Sleet is a little more translucent. So let's go to the graphics now, and I want to show you exactly why this occurred. First of all, this is a tweet that we made yesterday afternoon saying, wow, check out this sounding. So meteorologists look at soundings, which is essentially a measure of the atmosphere, the temperature and dew point with height. There could be lots of lightning with freezing rain in the morning as models depict some what we call mostly unstable CAPE. Now, what is that? Well, we're going to take you through a sounding, all right? So this is a little bit of a science lesson, but I just want to take you into the science as to how meteorologists predict the weather, including a very rare phenomenon like thunder sleet. So this is called a skew T log P. Notice these temperature lines. Temperature lines are skewed to the right. This line right here, everything along that line is exactly 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. The blue line that you see in the middle, that's the wet bulb temperature. The red line is the temperature, and the green line is the dew point temperature. So remember, you're at the surface at the bottom of this, and you go up, you're increasing with height. So now let's take a look at the atmosphere. Everything to the left of this blue line is below freezing. So our air right in here is below freezing. That's that shallow wedge of Arctic air that was very cold. But above our heads, we had this warm air right here. And this is the actual representation of what the atmosphere was like. So with this above freezing air, that's going to melt all this precipitation right here as it falls into that warm layer of air, and then it refreezes. But it was deep enough where it became sleet. Now, where did the thunder sleet come from? This is called instability. And you know warm air rises. So if you have air that's warmer than its surrounding air, it's going to continue to rise. And so this is called elevated instability. There's the thunderstorm that formed from this, and that's why we got spring-like thunderstorms. Now, not only was this lightning rather intense and loud, but it caused some damage. Check this out from the Bella Vista Fire Department. Structural damage, struck a tree, ran down a gas line, caught this porch on fire on the west side of Bella Vista. Now, we did some lightning research, and this is the actual lightning bolt right there that was responsible with this, and that is a lot of amperage. Minus 62, which means 62,000 kiloamps, 62 kiloamps, 62,000 amps. And look at all this lightning. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of storm as it comes through. Now, one last thing. You remember that sounding that we showed you with that dry air, with the temperature and the dew point really far spread apart? That's what this is, that dry slot that comes in. That dry slot, what it did is it caused the atmosphere to become unstable aloft, and that's why those thunderstorms formed. So it literally was like spring-like thunderstorms in the wintertime.
That's so crazy. So the further up you went, the warmer you got, which is kind of counterintuitive. You usually don't assume that to be true.
Exactly.
So the further you went up, the more it was like spring, and that's why it sounded like spring until you heard the hail fall in between the thunderclaps.
It was crazy, and sleet that was falling, and then there was like this like feathery snow-like ice crystals that I've never seen before. So I've experienced a lot of things. This was a first for me, and the whole family got to see it too. But I just wanted to take you further as to exactly how that occurs.
That was a lot right there. Thank you for that. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. Learned a lot with that. Thank you, Dan.
Is it time to replace that refrigerator?
All right. So, anyways, yes, this is the one that rotated. Those storms were spinning. They were literally supercells. They had so much lightning with them and positive cloudy ground lightning strike. Peyton, it was something else, man.
That's so cool.
It was unbelievable. But to see that
Ultra
sounding, knowing that was coming,
Yeah.
and then the potential, it was pretty cool to call it too. That was the day before that we tweeted that out. So that was when the storms were rotating. And honestly, they had some structure with them too. They had bases, they had lowerings. It was unbelievable. That was a pretty wild day. But we knew it wouldn't tornado because there was no surface-based instability. But the fact that there weren't any tornadoes. It was rotating in the mid-levels. So it had a mesocyclone, but it didn't have any low-level rotation. But I hope that made sense. So anyways, hey, it's 11:30. If you have any more questions, let me know. Oh, there was that question about that tornado by Marble. And I do want to look at that real quick. While we're bringing that up, Peyton, we got something to tell people about tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that far away, honestly.
It's like we better get to bed here pretty soon.
Yeah, something really cool out at the airport is happening. You know, meteorology and aviation go hand in hand. So a lot of us who like weather also like a little aviation. And at XNA, they've been building a new air traffic control tower. And tomorrow, they're putting the top on it, like the what do you say, like the
cap, the air traffic control tower cap.
But what do you say? He said it's like putting the topper on a wedding cake.
Yeah, putting the topper on a wedding cake.
Yeah. So that'll be happening tomorrow. It's very exciting. we'll be out there. We'll do a live stream as well. Give you some behind the scenes, some insider access. Look at the new air traffic control tower. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
That's happening tomorrow at 9 a.m.
We're planning on live streaming it too, so you guys can see it. Yeah, what the heck? It's not showing up on there. It is. Okay. April 12th, 1945. I'm going to bring this up. It was an F3 tornado. So here's what we've got. This is the reason we're bringing this up.
Yeah, Brendan was asking.
Any more questions you can ask? So I don't know if you're on here anymore. Arkansas is a part of Dixie Alley. It seems to be lately, without shifting west. Okay. Have you ever heard of the 1945 marble tornado? So just to show you, we've got this right here. We'll do a Chrome tab. Let's do the Tornado Explorer. And so this right here is the April 12th, 1945. Happened really April 11th because of 02Z.
The 13th. 2Z on the 13th.
Oh, yeah,
So
I'm
it's on
sorry. It
April
would be
12th.
April 12th. Yeah, my bad. Yep, you're right. I saw that and thought that was it. Yep. So it would be April 12th. And it happened, let's see, April, that would be 8 o'clock and then or 9 o'clock in the evening, right? Because oh man, yeah. 30 injuries. So wow. That's a pretty wild tornado. What in the world? But here's the one by Brightwater. Look. So this is an F4.
Jeez.
Okay, it was not 45. It was a different year. 47. Man, bad tornadoes there. Oh, look at this one. April 25th, 2017. I remember that one. That was a long track that went through Pleasant Ridge and Holiday Island. Yeah, that was a wild one, man, in Carroll County. But yeah, there's the Brightwater. What's this one? Wow. 1920s. What? March 18th, 1927? Wasn't that the tri-state tornado? I think so.
I know it was 1927.
I think it was March. Let's see.
Oh, that's definitely it right there.
This is the tri-state tornado.
1925.
Ah,
March 18th,
25.
2 years prior.
Dang it. Wow. That's a lot of tornadoes, man.
That was the free shot.
Wow. So this was 1927. So this was that was the March 18th, 1925, right? That's still a pretty bad one. And then look, we know this one. 1954. So there have been some bad tornadoes, no doubt. Here's the Rogers. I know this one. Look at this one. This one's a beast.
Yeah.
This one was October 21st, 2019 on a QLCS. Which, by the way, how much do we want to geek out? What do you think? You know what I'm getting at?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Well, we'll be here another 25 minutes. Decided to break that out.
You know what? I'll just give you a little teaser. How about that? Should I give him a little teaser? Oh, man. Don't do that to me.
No, this graphic is insane.
All right. So you missed. Someone asked this question here. Yeah, Jess, we will. We'll recap. I'm sorry, you're probably waiting for the forecast, but did you miss something new at XNA? The air traffic control tower topper is getting added tomorrow. The crane's lifting up about 250 tons, which the crane can actually 550 tons. Is it possible to show the 850 millibar jet stream map of the 2009 pattern? Alex?
Just give me a date.
You're cooking, man. I know what date he's talking about. I know what time he's talking about. January 26th to the 28th of 2009. The biggest ice storm. You know what? Alex, that is a good point.
Do it on World 2. So you can go through all that.
Yeah. But should I? You know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to go through it all, but I'm going to give you a little taste of what I've been cooking up.
And there's your taste. Go ahead, get
No, so it's called a QLCS, a quasi-linear convective system. And believe it or not, this is actually the QLCS that happened on October 21st, 2019. And so in a QLCS, from extensive research, and also not only extensive research, but let's just say some training from the National Weather Service out of Springfield, there's 3 ingredients that you can use to determine tornado potential. So the first is the updraft, downdraft convergence zone. And this is the area where you have an updraft and downdraft within the thunderstorm. And you try to find this. Yep. You know that one. November 30th of 2018. That was a beast of a storm too. Man, I remember that more. That night into the morning. That was also a QLCS. Absolutely.
All
So
right.
you look for the updraft, downdraft convergence zone, and you look at 3 regions within this storm: cold pool dominant, shear dominant, and balanced. And so there's a lot more that goes into this graphic, but should we just save it for another time?
Yeah.
We'll save it for another time.
Save it for its own live stream.
Yeah.
Like,
Save
really
it for our
go
own
into it.
live stream. But you're going to learn a lot about QLCSs. However, this is the map. And what day is this?
This is the 26th.
Okay, so you can do 26, 27, 28. We'll do that. Hey, before we do that, for those that wanted to know about what's going on with the weather and wanted a recap, including Jess, let's get to that real fast, all right? Because we never showed the 7-day. So let's start off with this. It's kind of a tricky forecast. The temperature trends are going to be tricky, but we do have basically warming that's going to happen throughout the night and into the morning. And that's because of that warm front lifting northward. Now, the temperatures are pretty steady overnight tonight with that cloud cover and rain. But as we move throughout the afternoon, rain chances will start to increase. And right now, they're just kind of like at 20% across the board until we get into our Wednesday evening, as the rain chances, well, should I say Wednesday morning is the best time for rain. In fact, if we look at Mega Doppler, zoom out a little bit, we're starting to see rain already popping up. There you can see it lifting northward. Just a little bit, mist and drizzle and stuff like that as it comes in. So that's that. That was Northwest Arkansas. We'll give you that River Valley forecast too. And we'll show you that the temperatures are going to be, let's just say, still pretty mild, honestly, for the River Valley. Not too shabby.
Unseasonably warm, as Zach Gilday would put it.
Oh, yeah. That puts it perfect. All right, so here's the River Valley forecast. Bringing this up. Here's a look at that QLCS stuff. Looked cool. It got me excited. So this is the River Valley forecast. We're in the lower to middle 50s, and we get into the upper 50s to lower 60s. And then those rain chances just continue to crank up.
Hey, middle 60s tomorrow, though. Not bad.
That's not bad at all. And it's all about where that frontal boundary sticks around. So real quick, 7-day forecast. There's a look at Northwest Arkansas's forecast for tomorrow. We're in the mid 60s. Then we warm on Thursday into the upper 60s. And Edward wanted the chimes. There you go. There's your chimes. But I want to show you the winds. We put the winds on the first 5 days. South winds tomorrow, south to north Thursday, back to south on Friday, back to north on Saturday.
Yeah.
Cold snap happens on Saturday night. That's when the temperature really drops.
72 to 29.
I don't think, honestly, Monday and Tuesday is going to be that mild. I just have a feeling. I think that's too mild. But I get it, Peyton, because you can't be too aggressive 6-7 days.
Or else they'll get you hook, line, and sinker.
That's
Don't wanna
right.
Get got.
Oh, no. Grandma told me that Marble tornado killed 7 people. How many did it kill? What did it have
Said
on
9
there?
fatalities.
9 fatalities. Yeah, that was a bad one. So there's a look at that. That's the Northwest Arkansas forecast. Let me take our face off the screen so you can see winter is back.
Guess who's
Punxsutawney
back?
pill.
Hill.
Punxsutawney pill. Yeah, he needs to take a pill.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, take a warm
Take a
pill.
warm pill. Take the red pill.
The red pill or the blue pill?
Oh man, that's such a good movie.
The Matrix.
The Matrix. Yeah, that was Matrix was the original best. Matrix Revolution, the worst. That was so bad. 70. Wow, 70 tomorrow? Peyton's like, yep.
Well, because the warm front will be north of the river valley at least.
Oh, absolutely.
At least north of most of the river valley. Will it make it as far north of Drake Field?
Possibly.
It'll get washed. It'll get
Yeah.
kind of smeared all around there. But yeah, 70 definitely possible, especially if it doesn't rain as much.
And honestly, it's all about the track. There's a lot of uncertainty, but we know something's brewing. You look at the ensembles. Oh, yeah, that's something we can look at. We can look at that. But we had the question about the 2009 ice storm and the weather pattern that was a result from it. Yes. So let's bring that up on weather 2. And let's do this here.
850.
So this is the 850 millibar temperatures, and we'll go through kind of each day. So this is a look at the upper level. First of all, cold air is arriving.
Yeah.
Now this is 850. Remember, they're 5,000 feet up. Pretty cold, but southwesterly flow. So let's go to the next day.
All right. I have to get out and go the next time.
All right. Well, you could just enter. Can't you just enter in? Let's do multiple days.
29.
Go to 29, yeah. And do 925 too, because you can really see. In fact, you can do a bunch of them, can't you? Do a bunch of images.
I think that's why it has the.
Yeah. There you go. That's comparison right there. Yeah, that's good. You can see it.
It's comparison to it too. So it goes from southwest to northwest. Well,
wait a minute. That's too much in between here. Let's go.
Yeah, I thought you could do multiple.
I guess you can. Let's do 26.
We just did 26. Let's do the 26 and
27. Yeah, 26, 27. And I thought you could go all. There we go.
That's all the heights.
I know. That's what we want. I'll show that. So there's so we'll start off with the surface. Look at the cold air, 30 degrees, 26. So we've got some pretty cold temperatures aloft. Then,
Well, that's at the surface.
I mean, at the surface, yeah, that's what I meant. Cold temperatures at the surface, warm aloft. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
That is a pretty incredible warm nose. Red colors, warmer, above freezing. There's below freezing. And it's just basically right on the nose. Now, that's 925. Look at 850. Oh, that warm air starts nosing in. And look at that 45 knots in the lowest
That's
level.
where you have that overrunning.
Mm-hmm. And then watch the jet stream. Positively tilted trough. Long wave, positively tilted trough. Lots of Baja Blast energy coming in at 700. There's 500 millibars. The left side, by the way, is January 26th. That's the start of the ice storm that night. January 27th. And then you'll notice, look, there it is. Southwesterly flow. Big, huge trough on the west coast.
Almost near zonal on the 26th.
Almost near zonal. And then there's the 250 millibars. But look at the jet, how strong that is. So if we go back, what?
The jet?
Yeah. And then we're going to do this. We're going to go 27 to the 28. Now, the ice storm's still happening, believe it or not. The 27th, it's still going. The 28th, we get some wraparound snow that happened. But look, there's the cold air that's plowing south, and then this trough swings east. So look at that right there. From that negative, like positive tilt, almost to neutral in a day. So that shows you, man, look at the amount of energy and lift that's swinging in. So now that we've seen that, yeah, because the ice storm ended on the 28th. Look at all that zonal flow, though. Now we got a long wave trough. So let's go back to the jet stream map, and let's look at that again and see what we got cooking. Nothing, I guess. I don't see the jet stream map. Oh boy. stand by. Got to bring this up. It's running a little slow.
What are you looking for?
This one. I just got to add this to the.
Yeah.
We're looking at the jet stream with the streamlines because the streamlines is going to show you which way the wind is moving. So let's look at the comparison here as we go into early part of next week. Not quite as deep of a trough, but still southwesterly flow.
Sounds like identical.
So there's that. You can see it right there. And then we're going to go to the, oh, wrong one. Yep, there you go. That's pretty
close.
Pretty close, pretty similar. So, yeah, the pattern favors wintry weather. No doubt about that. Oh, thanks, Edward. You know, I actually had a forecast that I made today. I didn't even get to it.
I forgot.
I forgot to post it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot to post it.
Whenever we look at the analytics of those videos,
They don't
most
do
people
well.
only watch the first 10 seconds.
They don't like it. They
And
see my
then-
face and they're like, nope. That's it. Done.
After 10 seconds, it drops off a little bit. After 30 seconds, it drops off like half. And after a minute, it drops off another half.
That's depressing. Just post a snow graphic.
Snow graphic. It's all
Done.
It's like a,
Or a gradient.
post a gradient.
Post a gradient and you're done. You know, speaking of that, we still got what, about 400 people watching?
Yep.
And we're at an hour. So if you waited this long, oh, guess what? Peyton's like, nope. Yep, I'm doing it.
Oh, I should do the GFS.
I will. We'll do a bunch of them. We're gonna do them real quick though. Here, ready? There's the future track snow for next week. Doesn't look like a lot, right? Well, there's a reason for that. Because it's ice. That's why. Bum 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 bada bum bum. And guess when that comes in? Tuesday. What is going on with that? Oh, there it is. It's loading. And that's pretty darn close. So that's like a bullseye of
That's a weird
precipitation.
bullseye.
I know that's that heavy rain that developed, but that's it's possible.
With this overrunning into the cold air,
That's a perfect setup for it.
it's like pouring a bucket of warm water through like freezing air.
Wait, does
All over
GFS not
you.
have ice? Let's see.
I'm sure it does.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There you go. Ready? Sunday and the money. For those that stuck around an hour, this is your treat right here. Never show this.
The amount of viewers went up.
Yeah. There's your ice, though. Look, bullseye over Newton County. And then I don't think it shows anymore. Now, this actually has a little more snow, too, doesn't it? The GFS.
Yeah, the GFS does, I believe, have a little bit more snow. I think it had like a bullseye. Eastern Washington County, Western Madison County. I don't know, somewhere in the realm of 1 to 20 inches.
Well, where is it?
Snow, GFS.
Don't see it.
Bottom right. No, snow ice GFS.
I know.
Oh, it's there. Don't worry. I made all
Believe it.
everything you can imagine.
All right, there we go. It didn't put them in order.
Huh.
All right, so here's the snow GFS.
Oh,
it's less.
All right.
It's backed off, but it's ice. Telling you, this is a wintry mess. I don't like the pattern. Negative Arctic Oscillation.
Yep.
Negative EPO, Eastern Pacific Oscillation. Staying negative. Atlantic, NAO, negative. Forecast, negative. Honestly, it's going to be interesting.
Confidence
so.
on this forecast.
Oh,
Negative.
Hold on just a sec. I don't remember.
For most of human history, people
Oh,
have
yeah.
believed in some kind of spiritual realms that
Yeah.
exist alongside the world.
Gotta stop that. They have some great videos, by the way, on the Bible app. There's
Yeah.
a thing called the Bible Project. They're amazing videos.
Hmm.
I have a streak going. I just wanted to make sure I had it, but
Keep that streak going.
I'm already good. Already did
Yeah.
my daily refresh, so good. All right, guys, a quick little update with comments already. So love the streams. We just get to joke around. You got it. All right. Well, I got to run here. All right. Well, we will take care and have a good one, and we will catch you later. Otherwise, you need a Baja Blast. Yeah, Jason, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy?
Could use a Baja Blast.
Good
right
to
now.
see him on there. I know we might need it by tomorrow. So real quick, we're going to be live from X and A's topping. That's going to be happening. New air traffic control tower that's going in.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you later. We'll leave it. Jess, we're going to leave it at that. I'll just say you have a great night. God bless. And trouble's brewing next week. I truly believe it. I don't know exactly what's brewing, but it's going to be something
Hey,
to watch.
we'll be in touch. Download your Weather Authority app if you haven't already, because this is such a complex pattern. We do, updates multiple times a day, and you got to know what to wear when you head out to work, or maybe you go out to dinner in the evening. So weather will be tricky. Have that app handy.
Have the umbrella tomorrow in
Woo.
the morning.
Yeah.
Some rain coming your way. See you guys. God bless. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.